Going to be a lottery. Okay, so we're ready. All the technical stuff is there. Look, I'm on camera. Um, so thank you to everybody who is here. We know that you could be in a lot of different places. You have other responsibilities, but we appreciate you taking time out of your evening to be here with the interns for Cycle 2 in Kansas City for i.c.stars. We understand it is a lot of work to be a part of this program, and so you are a big part of their support system, and we are grateful to have you here in this space. What I want to share, some of you, all of you should already know this program is really difficult and time intensive, and we're nearing the end. This dream speech and this evening that you're participating in today is really a big part of i.c.stars and our programming. And what it is really a way for to get the interns writing and to get them dreaming and like really thinking about what it is that they want for themselves and the future that they see. And that is not really facilitated by me, but we have an excellent facilitator by the name of Jill Weininger, who will be my co-host, co-facilitator this evening. She will be virtual because I believe she is in Utah at the moment. So she has facilitated a lot of different sessions with i.c.stars throughout the years. But before I introduce Jill, I want to tell you a little bit more about the dream speeches. And I want to tell you a little bit more about another leadership workshop that they've done within the last several weeks. So dream speeches basically is what I just shared in terms of a writing assignment, thinking about your dreams, goals, and where you see yourself within the next 30 to 35 years. And it's this evening is about them receiving an award, and they created the award. Basically they are talking about the things they did to get there within their lifetime. And so that is what we will all be hearing tonight. I have not heard or read any of that. But they go through a couple different versions of it, all of it facilitated by Jill. So she basically, she meets with them one-on-one to give them some coaching, some advice, and to sort of pull out a lot of the information that she's hoping they get to share. One of the other things that we do, one of the other workshops is planetary responsibility, which basically it gets the interns to think about in one word what their mission is in this life and what they're called to do, how they're called to serve others. And so as every intern finishes and completes their speech, then I'll give them their rock and they can share what that word was. The other part of planetary responsibility is that they get to think about 5 gifts that they have, essentially what makes them who they are, whether it's they're kind, they're patient, they're loving, all of those things. But they get to think about how those gifts can be utilized in the workplace. So they have to come up with 2 different jobs, contradictory jobs for each gift. So by the time they finish, they should have 10 total jobs that they believe that they're interested in pursuing and that they would be qualified for based on their natural abilities. And then with that, the other portion of planetary responsibilities is that they get to figure out a plan in regards to how to get more education, whether it's formal, informal, mentoring, certification, travel, videos, books, and other things. But tonight is dream speeches. And so again, it's facilitated by Jill. And so I have a little bio to read from her. She provides parenting with love and logic classes for parents with kids of all ages. She has a master's of arts in teaching. And I know she was an educator. I forgot what grade she actually started at, but she worked her way up to become an actual principal of the school. She volunteers her time for i.c.stars. And like I said before, she has done this workshop with our location in Chicago and in Milwaukee, and this is the second time she's facilitated it for us here in Kansas City. So I get to work with her, and so do our interns. So with that, I want to pass it on to Jill so she can introduce the rest of this evening.
Thank you very much, Gustavo. I am calling into you all from Park City, Utah, And as Gustavo explained, it is my absolute pleasure to work with all of the interns at i.c.stars in all three of the locations, working on their dream speeches. And as Gustavo introduced, we are zooming forward to the year 2049. All of these fabulous interns have had wonderful careers. Many of them have focused on their careers, some have become philanthropists, and all of them have achieved something wonderful this evening. And this evening, they are each going to receive an award. And what you are going to hear is their speech, which will take you on their journey to their success. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first speaker with the Deja Vu Award, Ashanafi Makonnen. Ashanafi, take it away.
Is it hot in here or just me? Uh, all right. So thank you everyone for this honor. I okay. Let me start from the beginning. I'm honored this evening to receive the Deja Vu Award, which is given in order to recognize those who have been able to assist others in manifesting their dreams. Oftentimes, there's moments of success we achieve where we think, "Wow, I had a dream about this," and I would say that that has definitely been our goal with what we've been doing here at the Loom Room. For those of you who don't know, the Loom Room is a educational center centered around equipping youths to develop their technological curiosity. I'll go into reading now. So, with the appreciations, so receiving this acknowledgement today on the 10th year anniversary of the Loom Room is significant not just to myself but also to my team at GA Solutions. By honoring the efforts of our team and staff, you have made a celebration. You have made this celebration an even a more memorable occasion. Um, it so we so thank you. It is appreciated that you value the work of those that you value the work of those who have shown a loyal commitment to creating a learning space for the next generation of future technological minds. Um, so, just a quick fact: the road here has not been easy, not just for myself, but for any of us. We've all had struggles one way or another, and as we've come to learn in life, that always makes us stronger when we stand resiliently. Um, and we also learn that we can rely on one another to lift each other up when we don't have the strength to stand on our own. My story, uh, I would say, started after dropping out of school. Uh, it was all downhill from there, but through the support and encouragement of many people, I was able to get my GED. I was working in various labor jobs. This was not the life I wanted for myself prior to getting my education, and I realized that I was built for much more, and I had a dream to do much more. Um, I had always had a dream of being somebody exceptional, someone who. Uh, so this dream and hope to be someone great has been deferred time and time again, and it had made me sick. I could attribute this to my failure in school, but ultimately it was just my bad decisions and poor choice in friends. Um, the way my life was moving, I was left dreading the future for a long time, and I spent a long time being afraid and doubting, which was my biggest mistake. And daily, I would ponder what story would be told of my life and what would become of the legacy of my name. I would like to finish this section by saying, no matter where you are, no matter how bad things are, you are right where you need to be. There's always a lesson to be learned, always always something to observe that will build you to the person you're destined to be. Um, so first foundations of the Loom Room. What so at the age of 34, after retiring from a successful career in the military of 10 years, I left the service with financial stability and a lot of leadership experience and a lot of skills in robotics and technology, but I had nothing else to do with my life. Obviously, there's a lot more to do than just sit around and spend my wealth recklessly. So I had sat down and made a habit of meeting with my friends regularly at a coffee shop. And while we had these meetings, I had I had applied for a job in data analysis. Um, and while observing statistical facts on the news, I found out that there was a surprising amount of youths who often shied away from technology, not because they were not curious, but simply because they assumed that there was someone else to do it, right? There was always someone else to hand it off to, and there weren't any resources. So how would this even become a reality? Um, so I proposed to my friends, how do we make an impact about this? How can we do something about this and make a change? Uh, um, as my friends and I discussed the idea, it became more and more plausible that we could manifest change. There was a way, and our what was just an idle visit where we came around and uh, aimlessly chatted, we had a vision and we had focus. So we got to work, we rented a space and started off small scale, just with with the people we knew in our lives. We made an effort to meet up on the weekends to train them, and we also threw in a little. We also invested a little bit of capital for resources and supplies. We were able to uh, post and gain a good following on the work we were doing, and soon enough, we had people asking questions. The next step was to find was to find employment. Of course, that was no easy challenge, but I'll spare you the details. Um, our str- I would say that a negative dialogue had started in my mind for as far as the direction of the company. We'd started off sure we were focused, sure we had a vision, but along the way there was always doubt in the back of my mind. Doubt has been my greatest enemy in life and will continue to be my bitter rival. However, my friends have taught me that this is not the only way. This is not the way to live. To live in doubt is to die through your years. Um, I had to learn to let go. I had to learn to release control of things and to trust, not just the people around me, but also myself. To trust that my vision was clear and I had a defined purpose. And when I was able to let go, I saw things coming together. Things fell right into place, so it would seem. If you don't believe in a higher power, this is just evidence to show that you might want to think again. Um, we were able to collaborate and acquire more resources and infrastructure to become an established workplace that is professional. And I would like to extend my gratitude to God, my financial partners, uh, and to the curious minds for which this project would not be possible. Um, that was the whole vision behind it all. I know that there's nothing more beautiful than the curious mind of a child. Um, I want to give a great thanks to the teachers who have worked alongside these children, going the extra mile. Uh, it's no easy task taking up the challenge of teaching because it's a process where you need to be constantly vigilant and aware of the individuals you're speaking with. And it's an honor that is not one to be taken lightly. And I also want to give a special thanks to my uncle, Eli Carrick, who believed in me in my dark times when everyone had given up, thrown their hands up, and said, he's a lost cause, there's no hope. He might as well just get a job somewhere, live out the rest of his days. This man took the initiative to take care of me. He took me into his home, and he raised me like a son. And I cannot be more grateful. The future plans for our company involves expansion. For most of you who are present here are familiar with the curriculum of our company and are aware of our practices. However, we would like to expand our range to access more of our local community. And further down the road, our goal is to expand the vision of the company, not just as an educational center, but also as a manufacturing plant, so that we could become a self-sufficient and self-sustaining company, meaning that we would be able to facilitate more dynamic content and more technical endeavors, not just teaching, but also equipping and employing the technical minds of our future. Um, I would like to leave you with the words quoted from Bill King that you may have heard in the movie Kung Fu Panda. I always say this when I feel anxious about the future or regretful about my past. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. And that is why it is called the present. So let us make the best of today. Thank you for your time.
Great job, Ashnaf.
Great job,
Ashrafan.
sir. Great job. Way to start it off. Ashanafi's word, his mission is to build, which we heard a lot of. Good job, sir. Jill, back to you.
Thank you. Great job. Thanks for starting us off, Ashnafi. Next up this evening with the Humanitarian Award, Maya Carroll. Maya, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow humanitarians. It is with immense gratitude that I accept this humanitarian award. I have had the privilege to witness the life changes in so many people throughout my career in recovery support. It is a career in which I have helped individuals overcome the obstacles that addiction causes. My career has seen the ups and downs with the mental health that goes along with it as well. This has been a catalyst for me to open 15 SILAs that are around the community. SILA stands for Community Integrated Living Arrangement. At SILA, we purchase standard-sized family homes and turn them into vehicles for addiction recovery. Each small home houses 4 to 6 recovering addicts, providing them with the space to work through their sobriety and still maintain a home within their community. Our residents are able to work at whatever level they are ready for and remain in the community while they are getting their lives back together. The SILA grows through reciprocity. Individuals who have succeeded are required to contribute back to the program as mentors for new participants. But it didn't start out here. It was a journey. Back in 2024, I completed i.c.stars. After graduating from the program, I furthered my education in business management. From there, I went into a role as a project manager for Beyond Lucid Technologies. My role was to focus on connecting hospitals to improve patient care while addressing addiction issues. Being able to grow and see the need for further opportunities in my community in this demographic led me to the idea of building SILAs. Thankfully, I was able to integrate my experience and knowledge for individuals that may not have had the same opportunities as myself. I was given the opportunity to lead numerous projects for an up-and-coming community initiative. The purpose of this was to help individuals in the community become familiar with leadership opportunities in the technology field. One such task that I was able to oversee was the strong need to reintegrate people back into society that may have not had been given the chance due to their past. The initiative was to reach out to recovering addicts and give them the space to overcome and transform their lives. This award is not just a trophy, it symbolizes hope, compassion, and the unwavering belief that we can create a better future. I foresee us having the ability to impact things for so many generations to come. I hope to change the stigma that goes along with the addiction diagnosis. I hope to make that a thing of the past by accepting the individual as that, people, where we do not judge them for their past mistakes, rather, the life that they are striving to live now. There are so many people who have been a part of my journey along the way. I want to begin with my children, Adrena and Josiah. You have been my rock and my compass when life seems like it's getting chaotic and unmanageable. You have seen me through times when I didn't believe in myself. You help me see that I do have a place and that I am worth it. I am eternally grateful for you two. I would not be the woman I am today without you. I also want to thank my mentor, Michelle. You have been like a big sister to me. You have poured into me countless hours and devoted so much time to see me succeed through all of my endeavors. Your unwavering support has been a godsend. For that, I am truly grateful. Thank you from the depths of my heart, my community. May our collective works ripple through time, leaving behind a legacy of compassion that will outshine any award. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. So Maya's word was thrive. What I love about this workshop is that they paint their rocks and they get to be children again. Maya did too. So double the challenge.
Thank you.
Good job. Back to you, Jill.
Great job, Maya. Thank you very much. Next up this evening with the Financial Literacy Champion Award is Roger Warren II. Roger, take it away.
Hello, everybody. All right, ladies, gentlemen, friends, family, and fellow dreamers. Today we gather not to just celebrate my achievements, but a commitment that transcends individual success, the pursuit of financial literacy and empowerment for all. Receiving receiving the Financial Literacy Championship Award is a humbling honor, recognizing my journey that began in November 2023 with World System Builders in the World Financial Group. For over 25 years, I've dedicated myself to promoting financial literacy, empowering families with the tools of economic resilience and social equity. This journey has been marked by challenges such as countless sleepless nights, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Yet, through perseverance and purpose, I've built a team that's passionate with helping others just like myself in the pursuit of financial freedom. I must acknowledge the pivotal role i.c.stars has played. I started interning in April of 2023. Their extensive program in business, leadership, and tech transformed me, shaping my professional and personal growth. It's through their guidance and support I stand here today to be proud to be a change agent in my community. Following my graduation from i.c.stars in August of 2024, I embarked a career as a personal banker, or the personal banker. For 5 years, I've dedicated myself to assisting individuals and businesses in realizing their financial aspirations. The journey led to a promotion to assistant bank manager, where I had the privilege of mentoring and developing team members across multiple branches. 5 years later, I was honored to step into the role as a branch manager, where I continued to lead years later. I was honored to step into the role as the branch manager. During this journey, I continued working for WFG. Together, both roles helped me grow my expertise in how to minimize taxes and the best financial tools for families based on their goals. In my work, I use my technical abilities I learned from i.c.stars to develop an app that guides people through the right questions to make their financial literate decisions in their planning. Throughout these experiences, from client meetings to leadership roles, I've seen firsthand how financial literacy creates entrepreneurship, foster community well-being, influence policy, and leaves a lasting generational impact. Together, we work towards more inclusive and prosperous futures for all. As I reflect on this milestone, I'm grateful for the unwavering support of my family, mentor, and colleagues who have been instrumental in this journey. I want to thank my daughters, Ramijah, Sakayla, and Chloe, for allowing me to see what I needed to do best to being their father and giving me extra drive to eliminate obstacles. Also, I would like to thank my mom and dad for supporting me and allowing me to fulfill my dreams and they're helpful in raising my daughters. Let us continue to champion financial literacy, knowing that our collective efforts pave the way for a brighter future and stronger communities. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey.
So Roger's word and his mission is to lead. Thank you, sir. Back to you, Jill.
Great job, Roger. Thank you very much. Next up this evening with the Lifetime Achievement Award is Braxton Dennis. Braxton, tell us your story.
First off, I want to thank God for putting me in the situation for winning the Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you for punishing me and shaping me into the person who I am today. I want to thank i.c.stars for giving me a fighting chance. I would like to thank my grandmother, Nanette Wesley, for being able to show me comfort hard times as a child. Ooh. I would like to thank my parents for being rough on me. And to the most important person in my life, for sacrifice and forgiveness. She taught me about real love and hope. I wouldn't be here without you. Well, my father told me to always face tough situations head on because you have to face them eventually anyway. He also taught me you always want to see it coming instead of being blindsided. Thank you. There was a time when I lost my job and I was blindsided because I wasn't paying attention to the kinds of layoffs in the world. My parents did not share. My three brothers and I is really like they showed me how the world you're not caring about issue. Going from job to job before getting into i.c.stars was a terrible feeling. On through life like this, they considered on taking a chance on a kid from Kansas City and honing him to be a well-oiled machine who worked his way up to the top, bringing the next person with him, knowing that the world frowns upon actually helping others. After i.c.stars, I didn't know if anybody would hire anybody coming from a non-traditional background. I was offered a junior software developer role at a company in Overland Park, Kansas. In that role, it was a lot of moving around, but being more of a student than being on my own, which I appreciated because I needed to learn more about the industry anyway. They promoted me to number one, which was kind of the same role, just with less teaching. Being on my own in that first role, I went if I was doing something, or even if I should be in space. Some of my coworkers frowned upon the non-traditional route because I didn't spend money for college, but they didn't know that I did. I just couldn't finish because of money. After talking to my mentor, Mark, he told me, Braxton, you know just as much as they do, if not more. Just because you didn't spend $20,000 for school doesn't make you. You spent countless hours at a program that broke you and made you again. That conversation with my mentor, Mark, fueled the fire in my heart, knowing that I could do anything. Just 2 years into that role, I applied to Airbnb to be a staff software engineer, which role is. I got the job. It was my first big step in doing a role that I always wanted. Working from home was a plus because I got to spend more time with my family and traveling. While working as a staff software engineer, I took on the role of being a mentor. This experience made me realize that I love teaching and coding. For me, it helped me clarify a big picture idea for my next step. I wanted to share my knowledge and journey with young people before they begin their college journey. At Dedicated Developers, we invite youth from low income communities. In the program, we pay them to be software developing interns. The program teaches them about the world of technology, leadership, and professionalism skills before considering college. Armed with skills and information, if they decide to go to college, that could be the right route for them. They more if so, they are more likely to be successful. They're going in with skills and knowledge. Our motto at Dedicated Developers: we can be anything as long as we put our minds to it. Facing these issues now of transforming the youth into leaders early will change the outlook of the future. If not, nothing will be changed. I leave you tonight with the words of James Baldwin that inspired me. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. Thank you.
That was good. Braxton's word was to connect. Good job, sir.
Thank you, Braxton. That is one of my all-time favorite James Baldwin quotes. Thank you for sharing it with us and for your words this evening. Next up this evening with the Minds of Innovation Within Tech Award is Ken Myron Kirkland. Ken Myron, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for the reward of Great Minds of Innovation Within Tech. This reward is significant to me because this shows that I have reached my dream as a pinnacle movement creator within the tech space centered around engineering, robotic animation, and AI intelligence. To me, this is the plan and the dream that I strive to achieve. I always wanted to become an innovator and momentum creator that can move themselves through any situation. I want to lead those I've come across, feeling a spark of ambition or hope within themselves to go further beyond and achieve their own dreams within their own eccentric ways. The way I went about striving for this dream and aspiring accomplishment is I began at Southwest Research Institution. They worked with the coding languages C#, C++, and Python. And it was an opportunity for me to learn. This was an opportunity for me to learn these coding languages while on the job. There, I also was exposed to the works of solar energy. I wanted to get an early feel and live experience with the coding languages so that I could take them with me into a robotic pathway that would revolutionize the solar world. I had another goal alongside within my first job, and that was to have a financial cushion and a stable foothold in the tech space. Growing up, I watched my mom struggle to pay bills and get food into the house, and I couldn't do anything about it. I promised myself then that I would always have a backup emergency fund, no matter what situation I ended up in, so I could cover my needs and fall forward and catch myself through the hard times. As with any journey, there were events that came my way because to dream and not have nightmares isn't how life works. I had to learn how to navigate myself through my struggles, whether physical or mental. At a time in my life, in my late 20s, I had not started a family yet, while my friends and many family around the time were on their second or third child. I had to not let that dishearten me since I really didn't want to have children because I was not able to provide for them in the best way that satisfied not just them, but also myself selfishly. Continuing strong and forward, I decided to further my education by going back to school and getting a master's in engineering because with both IC stars and a master's degree, no one could deny me as a human being with my knowledge and wanting to make a difference in the tech world. After I graduated with my master's, I continued working at Southwest Research Institution and created the concept of a solar generator that's able to power for years on end with little charge and have a high enough output to power a large city. I knew this project was going to require a lot. I decided to create proofs of concepts and blueprints towards it to show that I was committed to accomplishing it no matter what funding or scale it was on. For me to have earned this Great Minds of Innovation Within Tech award speaks volumes. For years, I truly struggled with coming out of my comfort zone and opening myself up to be able to speak to others. For a lot of my life, you could pretty much say I was pretty mute. I would only speak to those who was able to connect with me, and it took me years for me to be the one who would seek to spark a connection. For years, I was so used to going along and doing something without being noticed because I felt the spotlight was too bright for me. And to be acknowledged with this reward shows how much I've grown as a person over the years and my ability to be able to communicate and work with others. I would like to say thanks to my mom, Kaisha, for giving birth to me and raising me to be such an ambitious and determined African American male. To my sisters, Jamie, Kennedy, Kamora, and Tiana, thank you for coming into my room when we were little and annoying me, which in turn helped distract me from a frustrating topic and bring an ever so brightness towards the foggy mind I had at times. I want you all to know that you can be anything and everything. Don't let anyone degrade you, or set your worth because you'll achieve anything you want. You just gotta pursue it and get at it. To my father, thanks for being there when I asked for you to be there because it made me feel reassured through the younger years in my life that when I asked you for something, you would show up. Finally, the i.c.stars in turn cycle to staff and cohort being a resource that I could go to just talk and relax. You all have helped me get a better understanding of the path I am walking. Thank you for the reward of great minds of innovation within tech, and I wish you all a lovely and prosperous time. Thank you.
Kenmorian's word was to advance.
Let's not go there.
Good job, sir.
Great job, Ken Myron. Thank you. Next up this evening is Brandon Davis with the greatest indie game of 2049. Brandon, take it away.
Thank you. Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming together to witness this great occasion. It has always been one of my biggest dreams to at least have one of my games get an award, and to get the greatest indie game of the year has brought me a lot of pride and joy and more than you could ever think. Um, it's been a long and uphill battle, and I couldn't have even made this journey without the people I chose to surround myself in, and the skills I learned along the way. With that being said, I would like to give a big thank you to all those who helped me along this journey. I would like to thank my three closest friends, the ones who made me even take a step on this journey, the one who has been nothing but kind and supportive. It's the ones that have always been there for me with whatever I needed. Jorn, Devin, and Aubrey.
I'll also like to give another thank you to my grandma. Although she may not be here with us, I still find she made me into the person I was today, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. Even though she's gone, I still find solace in her lingering presence. I wouldn't be the person I am today without her. And a final thank you I would like to give is to the people that gave me a big step into the journey that I wanted to take. i.c.stars and the interns that are in it. Um, One final thank you. A big shout out to my team Viper Uncoded. Demonte Kimorion. I leaned on you guys throughout the entire thing. And I know I wouldn't have found success. Been a lot of crazy things along the journey. But thanks to you guys, I made it. One of the toughest things I had to learn along this journey was prioritizing certain things. With juggling between work, my personal life, and the social network that I had to make to get to the place I am today, it was a lot. I countless nights. I I made a lot of friends, and unfortunately, I've lost some good friends to some jobs, and I've had to prioritize friends over certain job opportunities. But even throughout that, thanks to the support of my friends and the people around me, I was able to get through it. I It was a struggle to find my first job. It's in taking a step towards where I wanted. Not many people would want to hire me on to do software development for whatever reason. um, so once I got my first job working on a web page doing front end, I I knew this was my moment to really learn and take a step further into what I wanted. It During this time, I was also learning more about how to voice act, learning more how to make a game. So I had to learn a lot of back end development as well, while working my job and doing social networking and hanging out with my friends. So that was another struggle that hindered me along this. My next big step was I eventually got hired on to a big company called MiHoYo, working and updating Genshin Impact. It is one of those games that I've spent a lot of time and unfortunately money into. So it was nice to really be able to work behind that. Um, while working there, after learning more about my game, about when I learned more about making games and how to really make my ideas come to life, I presented my ideas to the current head of MiHoYo. Unfortunately and predictably, he shot them all down. The company wanted not what they were willing to invest in, but I knew that there was something in there, and that I knew I had to give it a shot. I had to. So while working at MiHoYo, I worked on this game called Soul Rift. I've worked on it a lot, just spending countless nights just working, testing, programming it, like figuring out who made, and it was a long process, but eventually I was able to get it on Steam, and that's where it boomed. To see it reach so many people and so many people actually like the game, that it made me so happy. And once again, I am thankful for this award, Greatest Indie Game of the Year. Steps along my journey. Well, I mean, hopefully I get to settle down and retire at a reasonable age. With my old age, I'm starting to feel in it. uh, Hopefully I can get into the streaming service, sharing my experience. With my knowledge, it can help a lot of people get into game development. I know for the stream watch. They gave me a lot of hope, and so I wish to be that one person that gives you the idea of making a game. And with that, I will leave you with a quote that has been with me all along the journey since I was a kid. It's from a character called Rengoku from the Demon Slayer series. His quote was, "Set your heart ablaze," and that has been with me ever since. I thank you all tonight again, and I hope you have a wonderful day and year and continued decades.
Good job. Good job. So Brandon's word was to create.
you.
Thank you. Good job, sir.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Nice job. Batting cleanup for us this evening with the Presidential Medal of Freedom is Greg Harris. Greg, tell us about your journey.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today humbled and deeply grateful for this recognition. I'm truly honored to be the recipient of this prestigious Presidential Medal of Freedom. Firstly, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the award committee for considering me worthy of this honor. Your recognition validates the countless hours, the tireless efforts that have been dedicated towards this cause. My journey started with a simple passion for creating, a trait that was nurtured by my background in construction. This passion found a new outlet in the realm of object-oriented programming, where I delighted in crafting digital structures. I began by developing static websites for local businesses, a venture that I embarked on from my mother's basement by exploring Google Maps and reaching out to local businesses with outdated or non-existent websites. I would offer them a website and a mailing list complete with different degrees of broadcast emails and marketing campaign automations. Though it was a modest one-person operation, it was through this experience that I discovered my fascination for data analysis and cloud computing, which I found more impactful than front-end design. So my initial roles as data analyst and a cloud engineer both allowed me to delve deeper into that interest. Being a cloud data engineer was particularly rewarding, as it sat at the crossroad of data analysis and cloud computing. This role presented me with the opportunity to work with a variety of technologies as they were being integrated into cloud-based systems, including machine learning. So the introduction to machine learning sparked a new passion within me, and I immersed myself in learning everything I could about machine learning algorithms and natural learning processes and more. So with this newfound interest, I was able to develop a software that used AI to automate cloud integration processes It used AI to automate cloud integration processes that, once adopted by enterprise level businesses, proved to be a game changer. After a decade of success, I sold my software company for a substantial amount. But my heart always yearned to give back to the communities that shaped me. This led me to establish a collection of private K-12 schools for minorities and underserved communities, offering an accelerated STEM curriculum, financial education, leadership training, and a comprehensive history curriculum that celebrated the rich heritage of our students. We also focused on fostering a spirit of love, collaboration, and goodwill within our communities. At first, the idea was met with resistance. The backlash was over the fact that our schools was not designed to be open to everyone. But we targeted specific demographics that was previously poorly served by the public school system. So my team and I held on to our vision and persevered and weathered the storm. Now, 15 years in, our school is renowned for nurturing scholars, successful entrepreneurs, influential politicians, artists, activists, and thought leaders. So as I accept this award, I am reminded that these achievements are not mine alone. They are the result of the unwavering support of my family, my cycle mates, the tireless efforts of my colleagues, and the faith of those who believed in me, even when the odds were stacked against us. To you, I want to extend a deep and sincere thanks. I want to especially thank my father, William Gregory Harris, who was with me every single day of my life as a child. He raised and molded me and my two brothers through the good, the bad, and the ugly. He taught us how to think for ourselves. He taught us to be ambitious, innovative, and he taught us integrity. And for all those life lessons and constant support, I thank you deeply from the heart. However, while this award is a significant milestone, it is also a reminder that the work is far from over. There are still challenges to overcome, injustices to correct, and lives to uplift. And so we must continue our work with a renewed and unwavering determination. Together, we can continue to make a difference and create a better world for all. Thank you.
Good job. Smile. So Greg's word was to unite. Good job, sir. Good job. So I just want to say a couple words before I send it over to Jill to wrap up the night. This is extremely difficult to do, to stand up and speak and speak in front of people, let alone be open and honest and vulnerable about where you are now, the things you hope to overcome, and where you see yourself in the future. So I want to say thank you to the interns for all of that and for creating that space for us, and for all of the guests in person and virtually as well. I'm so happy. We are all so happy to be a part of this night and your journey. So thank you. So thank you. And yes.
And
Jill.
yes, and I want to echo what you have said, Gustavo. Congratulations, first of all, to all of the interns. They come into i.c.stars with a mind on technology, and then I walk in and I throw them back into seventh grade English, and nobody ever liked seventh grade English. They work so hard on these speeches to really dig deep into who they want to be, what they want to accomplish, and share that with us in a very vulnerable way. So we learn about their journeys before i.c.stars, their intended journeys into wonderful futures. And I want to thank all of them for their hard work and their dedication and letting me be a part of that journey. And I also want to thank all of our guests this evening for your support of these interns, because I get to hear about your support and what you've done for them and the impact you've made on their lives. So thank you. Congratulations to all of our interns. Good luck in graduation. I look forward to seeing you make such successes happen as you continue on in your futures. Thank you and good evening.